Oh yeah, it's been a while. Railgun, Ended coming back soon, by the way. Just shout out. So yeah, we here, Boruto chapter 56. The last episode, Code is about to, I guess, go ham on Boruto, Naruto, Sasuke, and Kawaki and Amado, the traitors to his beloved god, Ishiki Otsutsuki. Yeah, and obviously I've seen some of the spoilers. This is a no cap zone, so obviously I'm gonna be upfront to say some of the spoilers. So we're just gonna get in and move on. Let's get it. Whew, okay, cover Sumire. I did see this cover image, kind of weird about her face. Kind of, I don't know. But chapter 56, Kodo. My man getting interviewed again. You know, I'm happy that Kishimoto is back. I'm pretty sure I've said this. Kodachi, I don't feel like got the characters like they're correct, so the things they would do. For example, in the manga, Boruto was shouting at Naruto and Sasuke, or Naruto, because he was like, oh, it's a ninja tool, blah, 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 all that kind of jazzy stuff. You know, when in anime, they changed it and it was like, oh, he already knew it was a ninja tool. Things like that, which made more sense for his character, and which is what I've always said, like, Kodachi's overall plot was good, but the character himself, I feel like he didn't understand the character. So like what they would do, their personality. He didn't come up with it, so I'm not surprised. So but you didn't feel the personality in the series. And now that Kishimoto is back, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of like the personalities and things like that. So, you know, happy for that. So let's go on. But obviously the interview is a different person. In the one in the movie was a woman that interviewed him. Now is some old guy that looks like Katasuke off-road brand. They caught this man Boruto in 4K. The village people, 4K. First it was Marvel, now it's Boruto. Ooh. Kishimoto moving with the times, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Kawaki got his hand back. Amado was looking sketchy, but in the last chapter. So Sumri definitely going down this scientific route. As expected. We've not seen Noe in the manga, so I'm curious how this is going to play out, because obviously it's related to the Otsutsuki somehow. So I guess we'll see and we'll find out. And the fact that she's in the village now, because if you remember in episode 182 or 3, she said she will return to the village when she has better grasp of controlling Noe. And she's in the village now since the whole Boro incident. So I'm assuming they just came to the village for the checkup and they're just staying. Or I'm assuming she's actually controlled Noe to an extent and it's fine. So maybe that's like progression on her part. I did see this, so I guess everybody knows that Sumire likes Boruto. Pretty obvious, to be honest. So I was baffled when I'd see people on Twitter saying she didn't mean her confession to Boruto, which doesn't make sense for her character. Because it'd be weird when she's been living, because this is why I thought it was weird if it actually went down that route of she was egging Sarada on, because that doesn't make sense for her character. Her character has been someone who didn't live for herself. She lived for her parents' goals. And then for her to now not maybe pursue her wishes and be egging Sarada on is like, it's kind of like she's living for Sarada's, like she should worry about her own life, her own goals. She's not been doing that her whole life. So she didn't start thinking about herself. So which is why I found it, people talking about it was for Sarada's benefit. It just didn't make sense for her character. She should live for herself is what I thought her own character arc was about. So I'm happy it's about herself and not about anybody else, if anything. And Kawaki just like do demoi uruni wa kanke nai. Some other guy looking hella sus. What does he want to do now? No, never mind. Let's do it next time. He's not going to kidnap Kawaki. I don't think so. I don't think he's working with Code. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe secretly he was working. No, he can't be working with Code. That makes no sense. Now, this is what I'm talking about for Sarada. I'm good. She's like, obviously she's sad about what's happening to her teammate. But my expectation is Sarada wants to become Hokage. Now, let's think about this. You become Hokage. Kakashi didn't really want to become Hokage, but they recommended him anyways to be Hokage. When you think about that, if people were going to pick Jonin, everybody between Boruto and Sarada, why would anybody pick Sarada? That's my issue. It's like she's saying she wants to be Hokage, but all these things is Boruto that you would think they should be more, she should be more gongo on her part. I'm like, I need to make a name for myself. I need to do this for myself. Because at this point, the only reason she can't become Hokage is because Boruto does not want to become Hokage. Because if anybody's going to pick, if the feudal lord who Boruto saved his son, let's not forget, Momoshiki incident, and apart from the Shin incident, any incident that Sarada is there, Boruto is also there. So he's going to get glory for that. But there are also incidents where only Boruto is there, and he's like a big factor. So people are obviously going to want Boruto to be Hokage, but I just want to see more from Sarada when this her goal to become Hokage. It just seems she just seems so passive, and that's really what annoys me about the character. I need more from her. And even back on the Sarada thing, let's not forget, Sarada's been saying she wanted to be Hokage since since the Gaiden arc. Mitsuki, her teammate, doesn't even, maybe now he believes in her, but I think up until the Chunin exam, Mitsuki was still pro Boruto becoming Hokage. Maybe that's also due with the fact, Mitsuki wouldn't lie, to be honest. Even if he was all about Boruto is his son, he wouldn't lie. He genuinely believed that Boruto would be the next Hokage because he had the talent, he had the heritage. So imagine, this is how it is. Mitsuki is their teammate, Sarada's teammate. Sarada says, I want to be Hokage. Boruto is like, I don't want to be Hokage. But then it's like, oh man, Boruto, you make a great Hokage. Sarada is like, yo, but I've been saying, you see what I'm saying? Even her teammate didn't believe her for most of the time. And you would think this would be a plot point, but it's not. It's just irritating. Which is why I feel like there's definitely a divergence between whatever Kishimoto wrote, because obviously the movie is from Kishimoto's version, and Mitsuki, all those things, because obviously they keep those parts in. But in the actual series, they don't, in Kodashi's part, they don't actually delve into those kind of things. So maybe there's a divergence in how, the characters were thinking. Because I always felt there's an inferiority complex. Maybe that was just me, but okay. Yo, what room are they in? Is this the mission room where they were in like chapter 10? Is this like, where the Jonings stay and they go for the missions and they meet that woman who gives them the missions? It feels like it's a room in that place, but I don't know. Can they put Kawaki in Team 7? Obviously, he's also he's on a no flight, he's a flight risk, obviously, so I guess they can't take Kawaki. So, but I feel like Kawaki can probably replace Boruto because he has no more calm, but I understand the hesitation to put him on Team 7. That would be a good progression. Kawaki replaces Boruto on Team 7. That would be pretty cool. Boruto definitely living the child lifestyle. It's definitely, I guess, kind of like Sasuke, or maybe I guess we didn't see it from Minato, but Sasuke, in terms of the ladies falling for him, he's a hero. I guess Naruto too, later on in life. But Boruto obviously achieving that status much earlier. And what kind of eyesight do those girls have? Are they ninja? 20/20 vision? My God. At least he's nice enough to wave back. is the good thing. At least he's nice enough to wave back. I guess that kind of makes sense. Why it makes sense is because Otsutsuki can only give karma, but Boruto is already 80% Otsutsuki, and the more the karma extracts, he's going to be 90, then maybe 100% before Momoshiki is complete. So at that point, he's Otsutsuki. There's two Otsutsukis, Boruto, because Boruto is Otsutsuki at this point, and Momoshiki. So technically, he could give someone his own karma of his own DNA and resurrect in that person. But I don't know how will he be able to differentiate between him and Momoshiki, because it'd be weird. But technically, he could. But I don't know how the story will differentiate. Oh, this is... So if Boruto, for example, if Boruto puts a karma now, how does the story say, oh, this is Boruto's karma and not Momoshiki's karma? That would be a weird... How can they differentiate that? So I don't think they should maybe go down that route. But technically, I think it is possible because he's Otsutsuki. He can do whatever an Otsutsuki can. If Kawaki at 80% can give a karma, then I think Boruto can give a karma. So that's the point. Kawaki is definitely ruthless. My man wants to use Code as a sacrifice. Damn. Okay, Code looking definitely sexy in this panel here. Definitely I can foresee him being a female fan favorite. He has that Bishonen look, like I've said before, like Deidara or Sasori. He says Code is the lone survivor, but Delta is not dead. She's just switched off. So I assume, okay, we'll see what happens with Delta. So Code can do space-time ninjutsu. Can Boro do space-time ninjutsu? Because Boro also went to the dimension, except I assume the Jigem took him to that dimension. But I guess maybe Boro and Code have space-time ninjutsu. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they can be gatekeepers. It's freezing out there. They're not cold. I mean, I guess everybody has always been talking about that panel where there was another kid after Kawaki. So I guess that was nice foreshadowing from them. So this has been like 3 years since that point or something crazy. I was like chapter. Okay, maybe not that long, like 20. How do I even remember, to be honest? Maybe 26? Okay. You see, I said Kodat Ikemoto has definitely left some of his Dragon Ball tendencies since Kishimoto supposedly came back. Sometimes I'm not sure if Kishimoto is back, but sometimes I'm like, he's definitely back, because some of the Dragon Ball-esque things I've not really been seeing since he came back, to be honest. It's like Naruto's fight, and even the last chapter of Naruto's fight, it wasn't really Dragon Ball-esque. We didn't get that part of just be seeing hits, you know, and just be seeing impact punches. That's kind of stopped since Kishi came back, so that's why I feel like he's back. But then other times I'm like, is he back? I'm not too sure. So, but I think a sure way to tell is that I think there are two ways. One, since they're both writing, or they're both doing the manga, so you should see, like, you know, in the manga, when the volume comes, there's always a comment from the writer and the artist for series like Boruto or Food Wars or anything where it's two. You always see a comment. Even Samurai 8, you see a comment from Kishi and from Okubo. So if in Boruto 14, if you don't see a comment, I'm going to be like, what's going on? And maybe if he draws like art, because even in Food Wars, even though the artist or the writer didn't draw for the series, he still did like some small art. So hopefully, at least that'll be a nice way for people to buy the volumes. Incentive, just have Kishimoto's art in there. Small stuff. I would like to see Kishimoto's rendition of Kawaki. You know, no Kara, but Ko's ability, from what I've seen already, is already the coolest ability from all the Kara members, because I'm sure there's some scientific thing, but it also feels like a cool ability in terms of like mystery, ninjutsu. The other one is just Delta. She's just a cyborg who does blasts and creates super legs and eye lasers. At least his is like some kind of belt. He can teleport from the belt. It's kind of like a Minato, that he can teleport wherever his kunai is. That's kind of like what Ko's thing is like, but with Obito's whack-a-mole thing that he did against the Konoha people. So it's already cooler than whatever I've seen from the Kara members, to be honest. So that's nice to see. Dead one. Dead to Kakashi? Okay, it's not Kakashi. I'm gonna be like, there's no way Kakashi's here. Even though Ikimoto teased that we'll see Kakashi at some point. My guy said you worked so hard, you can rest now. Oh, so the belt even goes over his chest, the Kakashi wannabe guy. And his hand appears in between. So is he like teleporting his hand through the body? It's weird. And I've noticed Ikimoto doesn't like to draw blood. His blood is really tame. Very minimal spatters. His combat abilities exceeded Jigen. I mean, I know people have been talking about this, but when we think about it, Jigen is not Ishiki, so it's easier. It's definitely easier to take out Jigen than to take Ishiki. I mean, Kashinkoshi beat Ishiki, whilst when you think about it, whilst it was because of Naruto had already weakened them, Naruto and Sasuke, but I mean, he still took out Jigen. So I think you have to be. I think Naruto and Sasuke, if they face Code now, they'll probably beat him. To be honest with you. You see, even Amado talks about Jigen and Ishiki as different people. He says Code was submissive to Jigen. Ishiki especially, he worships as a god. So he doesn't worship Jigen, he worships Ishiki, but he was submissive because Jigen was his vessel. So it's clear. So whenever, because obviously I know people were talking about that. I know there's cyborgs at the end of this chapter or something. So maybe when they say that, oh, they're more powerful than Jigen. Jigen is not Ishiki. So you people need to calm down, please. See what he's saying? So despite, he says, So in his view, is Kashinkoji stronger than Jigen? I guess so, because Kashinkoji didn't go into Sage mode until he fought Ishiki, now that I think about it. So what he's saying is all these cyborgs are equal to Kashinkoji level. So why is there a riot on Twitter? Come on, people. Come on. I guess people should have just waited for the chapters before they start, prematurely spouting off. Because that's what I'm taking. I'm taking it as they are Kashinkoji's level, because he says he came up with Kashinkoji for various reasons, but generally he believed that Kashinkoji would take out Jigen. So Kashinkoji is definitely comparable to whatever cyborgs that are stronger than Jigen, because that's who, at the end of the day, he relied on to defeat Jigen. So Shikamaru sweating. My man, like, man, those limiters, I hope he can't turn it off himself, And then Amada's like, nah, there ain't no Siri in that bitch. Come on. Let's not play ourselves. Amada is going to release that limiter. This man is being sketchy the whole time. You see, Kawaki is saying it. If they're Otsutsuki, they can do their own verses because they're Otsutsuki. Actually, no, he can't. They can't give Code a karma because Code it's not possible for him to become a vessel. But maybe Boruto will be. They're not going to give Code karma anyway. So there's no point. Kishimoto is definitely right here. I'm sorry. From these last few panels, it just smells of Kishi. So, but will always be, is he? Does he love me? He loves me. He loves me. Does he love me not? Is that the saying? I don't know. But yeah, Boruto is like, let's train. My boy. Oh, okay, it's not over yet. Why did that guy look like Stan Lee? What the flip? Jigen's dead, bro. So Bug, Ada, who are these people? Ada, who knows everything is okay. And the spoilers, we saw her name was Ada, but I guess Ada works too. Whatever. I'm not the professional translator, so okay, cool chapter. I'm curious to see. I mean, but then again, these people are cyborgs, so I'm sure they have. It's not their robots; they have personalities of their own. So I'm curious to see what kind of personalities these cyborgs will have. And I don't know if I've said this before, but I've always felt like, thank God there's quite a number of these cyborgs, so each character can get their own shine. Let's, Mitsuki get his own shine, Sarada get her own shine, but I don't know how long this kind of fight would be, but let them get their own individual shine, because teamwork is not really good for character development, to be honest. I've noticed in series, except when the aim of the arc or the theme of the arc is teamwork. But when usually there's a team, it's much difficult to focus on an individual character. If you think of like most shonen or good shonen where they delve into the character, usually in the one-on-one battles. When it's a team stuff, because you have to spread the time across multiple team members, you can't really delve into one character. But if it's one-on-one, you have to delve into that character, and that makes it interesting. So that's why I'm an advocate for one-on-one fight, which is why Black Clover, despite its cool teamwork, they need to do more one-on-one things so that they can delve into the character and this guy. Because usually when you see teamwork is usually the answer to the question or to the theme of that arc. So, but when it's not teamwork, you can find other answers, maybe some backstories, different stuff. But anyway, that was a cool chapter. Let me see what comments are saying. There's only 5. Time skip, Code. See, this is what someone says. So she's one of the people more powerful than Jigen. This is bad. And Code restrained himself so Ishiki didn't look. Not Ishiki, Jigen. People, Jigen, not Ishiki. Ishiki is an Otsutsuki. People need to stop. Jigen is an Otsutsuki are completely at different power levels. Stop. It's like, I don't know why people keep mixing up the difference. I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. Code. Now thinking about Boruto's car, maybe Code gives it to Boruto because you see his claws, or maybe they pull like an Obito and Kakashi. So basically, Boruto, takes a hit, kind of the way Kakashi took the hit for Obito. Especially when you think about Kawaki was ready to burn himself, or he burnt himself for Boruto, basically. And Boruto, and he also took his arm for for Naruto and Himawari. So Boruto could do the same thing for Kawaki and, you know, take a hit for Kawaki. That'll be nice. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, or it could be because of something with Sasuke. Actually, where's Sasuke? I'm surprised if he's already with Orochimaru. It's like Orochimaru needs some clones in this bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see if he gets. I doubt he's getting his Renegan back. They'll probably restore his eye, but probably with Sharingan. I may be wrong. We'll see what happens. So yeah, cool chapter. Next chapter, April 20th. Very clear. Next chapter, we'll be here for another one, and we'll see you guys later, I guess. Safe.